seats, and then really you can't really the action of going around the country, just for publicity, to fulfill that requirement that you need to involve public participation is not enough. So it seems to me it's like, it's not clear what they want.
That's so it is for political tycoons, according to you.
In my own observation, I think people want to create position for themselves, because this constitution is very young that we are having right now, 10 years surely. We haven't even done much about it. What we need to do is to strengthen the evolution, to make sure that the officer that the constitution has created really works. And I think where the problem is, this country is IBC, not really the constitution. Constitution is fantastic. It's one of the most progressive constitutions, just like one of the South Africa. So I don't support the BBI. PUNGUZA MIZIGO, well, I really don't know much about it, but what I've read about it, it could be something good for this country. But then timing is another issue. We just came from changing the constitution the other time. So then you are telling us all of a sudden we need to change it again. So I think, well.
But with the issue of the Building Bridges initiative, according to what I know from the bill, I understand that after every election, general election, we must have political instabilities in this country. And we have, as you've said, that we are creating seats, or the person who said the BBI is creating seats for other people. I don't understand. But according to what I know, I've read it, is that we want to reduce the political instabilities that happen in this country after every 5 years of election, such that the president is supposed to have 51 plus, isn't it, percent? Then, if the second person has 48, then you tell me the winner takes it all. What of the 48%? Where are they supposed to go?
Let me ask you a question. How many communities do you have in this country?
42.
42. How many positions does the BBI want to create? 5.
5.
Right?
Yeah.
So does it mean that we have special communities? 5 communities who are special in this country? That's one thing. No, listen to me. That's one thing. 2, giving you a position so that you don't cause havoc in this country. You're not being patriotic to our country. And I'll tell you for sure, the problem in this country is not positions. The problem is IBC. The problem is democracy. The problem is, can our leaders be honest? Can those who lead those institutions be honest? Like, the election is done, it's you who have won, and you have won. Right? So, but the point of saying we want to create positions so that people can be happy, trust me, even after we can create those positions, and I'll assure you, that's the same thing we were singing in 2010 while passing this 2009 while passing this constitution. The best constitution ever. What? All of a sudden, we want another constitution just to get positions. That's not how a country is built. That's not how democracy is built. That's not democracy, in fact. That's just covering a few people, and then we want to imagine there is peace. There's nothing like it. Peace starts from you and me. We go vote, and our vote counts. That's what we want. We want these people who are orchestrating for BBI to come and tell us we have come up with a new framework. IBC, I think this is where the problem is. We want transparency. If it's possible, we have something like, it's in the public, like those TVs in town, those screens.
Public domain, everything.
Like when you cast your votes, it just shows someone has cast. We want clarity. You vote, your vote is counted. Because I can assure you, few elections you have been having, credibility is questionable. So that's
incredible.
Yeah. So positions is not solution to our problems, I think.
So just to finalize on this topic about the trends, we have talked about BBI, and then can we just touch a little bit on PUNGUZA MIZIGO? And I have a special part of it that we have to reduce the number of MPs from 416 to 147. And then you were saying that the main focus here is to save some trillions every year. Don't you believe that the main reason here this person should be telling us is that the government itself should create a credible way of safeguarding our funds? Because I believe it's not a matter of reducing the number of MPs. It's reducing the amount that goes to waste. How does it go to waste? Through corruption. So I believe this guy could have come up with a better solution of saying that let's have proper and transparent leaders. What's your take about that?
I think it's a good idea, but again, the fact that is it realistic is another thing. But our money is being lost because we have many MPs, but not really because we have many MPs. There are countries which have many MPs, but the amount they are paid, our country with these few MPs or many MPs triple. So what you need to do is, first of all, I think MPs have powers to increase their salaries. No one can question them. You see, so that role should be stripped off of them to increase their salaries and I don't know, bonuses and all that kind of stuff. They should not have that one. Should just be
Continue with the salary.
Yes, Salaries and Education Commission should handle that. That's the first place of making sure that we, well, there's also a question of separation of powers and independence of institutions like the National Assembly supposed to be interfered with other arms of government. But we are saying, look, if we allow these people to be able to increase their salary, we have seen the consequences. After every two years, they increase. After 2 years, they increase.
Even 1 year.
Even 1 year. The other day you heard that they want a house allowance. Where have these people been living? You've been living on trees or on the streets. No, that's not realistic. So we should be focusing on things that help us as a country. And this one, I think it's time for youth to stand up. You have seen the youths of South Africa, for example.
Yeah.
Feast must fall generation, all that kind of stuff. People who realize that this future is for us. These leaders, maybe they are here now, but for us, the future is ours. Yeah, so I think we need to do something about it.
So mentioning of the youth, it brings another question. Like, now what are the challenges of these political trends to the youth?
Well, challenges I could say is, some youths are caught sort of off guard. There's that party loyalty, and then there's an issue of I'm a youth, I don't think this thing is right. And you will agree with me, some of you says that we need to cut budget of our country to save money. But at the same time, because you belong to Baba's side or Ruto side or Ruto side, and you have said BBI is okay, you're saying tuko kwa BBI, we are voting BBI. But you don't know the implication of BBI. The presidency itself, if you read the newspaper yesterday, they're using billions. Those are two people, two offices, president and
The deputy.
Now imagine there are 5. They will double even the number, the amount of money the MPs are using. Not the MPs are using. So you cannot really tell me that BBI is going to solve the issue of money in the first place. Those people need their offices, secretaries, vehicles, everything. And those 5 positions are powerful positions, not just like MP or what. Now imagine, presidency itself is just squandering money. Now let them be 5, and you see. So the youths are like, the challenge is that youths are torn apart. They don't know really where to stand at. Some of them are like party loyalty. At the same time, we feel that this thing is not really good, but yeah, something like that.
So can you say that with the issue of the PUNGUZA MIZIGO, the youth will feel left aside, because now when we are reducing the number of the MPs, nominated MCAs, nominated MPs, women reps, like, we as youth, we get nominated to the parliament or to the National Assembly. So when you are scrapping away all these seats, it means that we as youths will be left aside. Do you think that can be a challenge to we as youths?
I don't think it's a challenge. I mean, youths, you don't just sit down to be spoon-fed. You are young, you are strong. Even the Bible says that. Young, energetic, and strong. Why can't you use that opportunity to campaign on the ground? You want to be an MP, campaign. You have seen many MPs who have campaigned without money. The young guy from Meru somewhere.
John Paul.
Yes, John Paul. Yeah? Why can't you just say, yeah, I'm young? Look at history. People who changed the world. Martin Luther King, how old were they? Patrice Lumumba, yes, Sankara, Thomas, how old were they? So don't go on the kujurumia like we are young, I don't know what, we are youth, we need to be nominated so that we get what? Go on the ground. You believe in yourself. You believe in change. Be that person who starts. Simple.
So they should not feel like they're left aside.
No,
so they should fight for their own freedom, for their own opportunities.
Yeah, Martin Luther King said that your freedom is not something that you beg your oppressor to give it to you. You fight for it. Yeah, so if youths feel like they should be in leadership, let them go for it. When you break a stone, it's not that the first the first hit you hit the stone is useless. Because sometimes you hit like 5 times and then the last one breaks the stone. You think the first one was useless.
Yeah.
So we could start now. It could take us time, but finally we'll be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
So I like your thoughts on these trends on youth. But now let me ask you a question. According to you, who's politician of the year? 2019?
I would say, unfortunately, he's not alive. I would say Ken Okot. That guy is out of this world. What he has just done in Kibera for a few years, there are people who have been in peace there for 30 years. Nothing to show about it. So those are the kind of people we want. Young people like them who come and know the problem of the people. You know, this guy knows that what is suffering. So when he goes there, it changes. So for me, that guy is good.
So mentioning of this MP for Kibra, you've touched my heart. I love the guy. I'm from Kibra, I've been born in Kibra, been brought up in Kibra.
Wow.
And this guy really helped me. And I don't know how you came in my mind, because according to me, Ken Okot is my MP and my great politician of the year. With one reason. This guy paid my 26,000 shillings for my school fees in Form 4 so that I could get my documents. So I feel like now, this one we are at PAM. Then as we went up, could you please let us know that what can be the best solution to these political trends that are affecting the youth, or you feel like they're affecting the youth? What can be the best solution ever?
For youth, they just simply need to know their role in society. Yeah? Their role in society is not just to be told do this by politicians, big wigs. Like tumesema ni BBI, we have said ni PUNGUZA MIZIGO. And then they're like, yeah, as long as so and so has said, that is it. Right? Youths need to define what they want for their future. As simple as that. Define youths, what do you guys want for this country? And many youths now, it's not like Tambo. Many youths now are more informed, they are learned, so it's not like really they don't know what's going on. So we need just to know what we want and stand for it, basically.
So lastly, like, what can be your plan for the youth in general in this country? What can be your plan?
My plan is we need to stand up. You know, our youths of this country are in what I call, or what Malcolm X call a sit-down action. Sit-down thoughts, sit-down action. You know, Malcolm X says basically anything can sit. An old woman can sit. You know, a strong man can sit. You know, a slave can sit. A king can sit. Not everyone can stand. So youths need to stand. They are in a sit-down action. They are in a
dormant. Yes, it's the dormant.
Yeah.
So they're very dormant.
Yeah, it's like they're just on Twitter making noise, on Facebook making noise, but wakikuja ground, zero.
So they feel vulnerable for nothing.
Nothing. These people are just making noise on Twitter. I normally fight with my friends who keep on posting everything on Twitter. Guys, you know what? They're arguing on Twitter, and they're the same school here. I tell them, guys, let's go and meet and discuss these things. Why you just say, on Twitter?
So could you say that they're easily affected by the great politicians who are not of their age, that they are easily controlled?
They are controlled because they don't have principles. They don't know what they want. So let them stand up and know what they want.
And that's why I said this is the topic, the youth and politics. And thank you for coming, because now I'm also looking forward to vie for a seat in 2022. Don't ask me which political party, because I'm advocating that we as youths come together, form our one political party only for the youth, raise our own flag bearer, and then move forward. I don't know if you can buy in the idea.
We'll talk about that.
So, thank you for listening to us and watching to us. I've been your host. This is Ruben, a push a pull, and my guest, that is Gideon Lataya. And we are glad that you continue switching on to Strathmore, and you can get us on YouTube at a push a pull, or you can get us on WordPress at pushapull.wordpress.com, or any other social media including Facebook. You can also walk into the Strathmore studio where you can get us. Strathmore studios are at second floor STC, and there we'll get our studio. Thank you guys for listening, and we look forward to getting you in our next show. Thank you. Thank you, Gideon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for hosting me.
Welcome.
All right.